TenZ was supposed to be the next great CSGO prodigy. He was young, explosive, and boasted some of the nastiest aim the game had ever seen. But as soon as he got his first big break, he did the one thing no prodigy can ever afford to do. He choked. Hard.
Hoping to expect more of, and actually we're expecting more, but not hoping to, we do expect more out of him.
And then, out of nowhere, just as people were beginning to write him off, TenZ got another chance to fulfill his destiny.
One enemy remaining. Flawless. Remaining.
Oh? TenZ ascends, he becomes Super Saiyan Blue. Like, he goes higher than what's expected of him because the man just pops off.
One enemy remaining. Three. One enemy remaining.
But you got to keep your eyes on TenZ. Anytime he has this jet all up, he is able to do damage. There's the first. Gets the instant reload. Down goes the second and finds the third.
And a boom bot. TenZ is going to wrap the corner. Spike is down. He's got this thing locked down. He's going to fly in. Oh my God, TenZ! He just dominated.
Headshot. Spike planted. One enemy remaining.
Oh, hasn't been spotted.
Wow.
Oh, able to get one.
I got the spike. 30 seconds left.
So close.
The shot! TenZ! Oh my God! TenZ! Holy smoke!
These days, TenZ is the god of Valorant rifling. But before that, he was a scrappy, up-and-coming 15-year-old, trying to make a name for himself in the world of competitive CSGO.
Eat lunch now, please.
Okay.
Bye.
Big bowl of soup. Victory soup.
What set him apart wasn't that he just looked promising. This kid was a wonder child. He looked like he was born to play CSGO. For starters, he boasted incredible game sense, with the ability to destroy his opponents in some truly incomprehensible ways.
Okay, just everybody hold for a bit.
Content.
There it is.
Nice.
There it is.
Content, dude.
But the thing that truly stood out about TenZ was his aim. He spent every waking second fine-tuning his truly unbelievable flicks, from aimbots to Osu to doing both at once.
This is probably the worst idea I've ever had in my entire life.
There was pretty much no aim trainer that TenZ hadn't spent countless hours grinding.
And I'll just like get on this ledge and just practice killing 100 bots and seeing how fast of a time I can get.
And as soon as he hopped on a matchmaking server, the results of his training were obvious.
Fork. Whoa.
The question, of course, was whether TenZ would be able to replicate that performance on an official server. After climbing the ranks of ECS's North American Development League, TenZ spent the better part of 2 years trying to distinguish himself on orgs like Naventic, Blackout, and Resolute, before being offered a chance to sign with Dignitas midway through 2018. Unfortunately, that didn't go very well, and TenZ spent the next year hopping from stack to stack as he watched his clips take the CSGO subreddit by storm. There was no denying it. TenZ was an animal, and at some point, someone had to take a chance on him so his incredible mechanics could shine on CSGO's biggest stages.
It happens pretty often. Oh, what a fucking shot by TenZ. 1 versus 1 here. Jaspimp with 14 HP, TenZ with 2. Oh my God, this move from TenZ right here, there's no way he expects him. TenZ, what a fucking round, bro. What was that? C9! Where are you at, bitches? Sign this man.
And in July 2018, someone took that chance. Someone who mattered. Someone who had a history of going all in on North American prodigies. Cloud9.
I'm TenZ. Tyson, no.
There you go.
That's it.
Wait, last team?
Last team?
Or have you ever played for a team before?
Bad News Bears, but not really.
Needless to say, Cloud9 fans were hyped, especially because TenZ had just set the world record on Betway's aim map. Twice.
I don't think that's it, but that's close.
Not since Stewie2K had such a young, promising, and unproven player been lobbed straight onto a Tier 1 North American roster. And with the region winning like never before, people wanted TenZ to perform.
Being like fresh blood and like coming into Cloud9 is like without like any real prior experiences, kind of like crazy. But I'm gonna like put in as much work as I have to be at the top.
And he did. At first.
On a bomb, and that might be the saving grace for Cloud9 to be pushing all over the map. There's TenZ with a deagle once again. He needs to stay alive. He's got to buy time for his team. Street's cutting off the rotation. There's another one from TenZ. Can he get the last one? It's time he's won the round of all these deagle shots. The bomb can't be planted, and that's a much needed last round for Cloud9.
But despite the initial flashes of brilliance, it quickly became clear that TenZ wasn't cut out for the big leagues. Because when the pressure was on, he went from an aim god to, well, kind of a bot.
TenZ, well, he's going to have to pull off an absolute miracle if he's going to be able to win this round. An AWP for the youngster, already a man crossing over. And my, he is stuck in the mud here. Obo looking to lead the way, but Rush is there to cut off the head. Oh, TenZ is going to go down. Nothing he can really do.
A lot of presence towards B, though, out of Cloud9 off the get-go, and automatic gets the shot onto Marky. TenZ as well able to chime in, and again, for the player we are hoping to expect more of, and actually, well, we're expecting more. We're not hoping to, we do expect more out of him.
TenZ was not living up to expectations. Granted, he was still inexperienced and probably could have used a little more time to adjust, but he wasn't just putting up shaky performances. He was stinking up the server. TenZ had his shot and he blew it. And here's Valens, Cloud9's former coach, shedding more light on the situation on DDK's podcast.
If you're TenZ in a pro team right now, you're having to learn all the things that it takes to be a pro player on the fly in the team for the first time while you're trying to practice 8-10 hours a day. At the end of the day, he's 18 or something like that. He knows why he got here, or at least he thinks he knows why he got here. And that's all the stuff that he's hearing about his mechanical skill. Then now he's in a pro team where he's getting kind of a quick education on, well, what does it actually take to be a pro and stay as a pro? Right? And those two things are always going to conflict.
Just 3 months after joining Cloud9, TenZ was benched from their active roster. In addition to playing pretty poorly, he also said he had difficulty synergizing with his teammates, citing what were essentially creative differences, something he got a little bit of flack for.
I was benched because just like our visions, like the way we wanted the team to be run and the way we like wanted, well, me, I'm like the only person that was like arguing with like people, just because like I was arguing on like I felt like our style wasn't like good.
Despite staying on with C9 as a streamer and content creator, TenZ's future was unclear. Some people had started to view him as a tragic story, a one-dimensional one-trick, an unrealized talent whose incredible aim was going to waste.
They did it at home.
Yeah, like
they
only,
recorded it
like
at home,
TenZ,
so
the
they
only
have
thing he
it
does
here.
is play that map. It's like whatever.
Yeah, you play with some.
Like he's not even #1 and he plays it all the time.
Just going round and round and round.
How do you know?
It's the only highlights he has.
And then, right as it seemed like TenZ's competitive hopes had been squashed forever, this came along.
Project A is our character-based tactical shooter. It's competitive, it has precise gunplay, it's set on a beautiful near-future Earth, and it has a lethal cast of characters, each with their own unique abilities.
Whereas some were quick to write off Valorant as a cartoony clone of CSGO, TenZ was among those who saw what it could be, a second chance. Another shot for people like him who'd been left by the wayside in Counter-Strike to come back bigger and better than ever.
Clone killed. One enemy remaining.
Done.
3.
He's lit up top.
No, they're all fight, lit.
Done.
From pretty much the moment he first touched the game, TenZ solidified himself as one of, if not the most mechanically gifted Valorant players in the world. Valorant was slower than CS and rewarded bursty, precise gunplay. Given what an aimbot TenZ was, it seemed like the game was made for him.
Shot. I have this. Stand down.
Nowhere to run.
One enemy remaining.
I'm holding.
Yikes.
2 done. You're done.
Oh, one left.
One enemy remaining.
Right?
Right.
In April 2019, TenZ announced that he'd officially changed games and became C9's first professional Valorant player.
I decided to make this change because after getting access to the closed beta, I've been having a lot of fun playing Valorant lately, and I just thought it'd be best if I changed games, and I'm just really excited for the future of this game.
By May, he dominated the ladder harder than anybody in North America, becoming the first person to hit the highest rank in the game.
Oh, boys! Let's fucking go! We got Valorant finally. Wait, so am I NAs first?
And while his roster remains a little bit lacking in the silverware department, they've put up stellar performances in what is undoubtedly Valorant's most competitive region.
They can just play very passively. They have a lot of sound cues to know that, this could be so huge.
The patience.
The trigger discipline, you can see
going
three.
out for
One,
four.
two, the third as well.
It's hard to gauge how dominant Cloud9 can become. TenZ's problem in CSGO was always performing on stage, and Valorant's Champions Tour is still on the horizon. That said, it's becoming increasingly clear that TenZ just might be the single most mechanically gifted fragger to ever grace the servers of Riot's still nascent shooter. And he's not even close to hitting his skill ceiling.
Thanks for watching. If you want more content like this, hit the sub button and ring that notification bell. For unique bite-sized videos you won't find anywhere else, hit up our Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook pages.